Hey everyone, Mike from CCTV Camera Pros here. In a minute, I'm going to hook up this wireless HDMI transmitter to one of our surveillance DVRs to show you how I can wirelessly transmit the HDMI output of this DVR back to the high definition TV in my office. But before I do that, I just want to explain a little bit about how it works. On this diagram, the orange line on the left represents the HDMI cable that connects the HDMI output of the DVR to the input on the wireless HDMI transmitter. The orange line on the right represents the HDMI connection between the wireless receiver and the HDMI input on the display monitor. The green lines with circles on the end represent the IR remote control transmitter and receiver. These are included with the kit but are optional to use. If you want to control your surveillance DVR from the display monitor location using an IR remote, then you can install the IR transmitter and receiver so that the signal from your remote control goes over the same Wi-Fi connection as the video from your DVR. The system supports a maximum distance of 100 meters or 330 feet. This is the best case scenario, and expectations should be lower when going through many walls on the interior of a building. Now that you understand how it works, we're going to put an actual installation into practice. So here's my HDMI transmitter, and I have an HDMI cable already coming out of the DVR. So I'm going to connect that to the input on the wireless transmitter. My power supply is already hooked up over here, so all I need to do is plug it in. And then we are going to use the infrared transmitter and receiver. So there's the receiver, and I'm going to use this little box with some double-sided tape just so that it faces the infrared remote receiver on the DVR directly. I'm going to position that just right in front of it. And it just goes into the IR output right here on the transmitter. So we're just going to set that right in front there. And then one other step I took is I did already power up the IR receiver once, and to pair the devices, all you need to do is hold this pair button for 3 seconds and it syncs up automatically. There's no complicated pairing process. It's pretty much plug and play. So let's go over to my office next. Okay, so we're back at my office now, and obviously this is the monitor that we're going to use to receive the signal from the DVR. Here is the HDMI wireless receiver. Here is the infrared receiver. I brought the remote control for the DVR. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the IR input, and then I'm going to connect the HDMI cable to the input. And then last, I'm going to connect the power source, which is already plugged in. So we'll just leave that there. It'll take just a few seconds for it to sync up with the DVR. And then there's the live video feed from the DVR, and it's on the 4-camera display where I left it. And now I'm going to use the wireless remote to do a couple things. So let's switch to a single camera view first. So there's a single camera view of camera 1, and I can press 2 to go to camera 2. And you could cycle through and select any camera on here. You can access the menu function of the DVR. So if I wanted to do something actually in the menu system, I could. You can also use these controls down at the bottom to go back to the 4-camera view. So we'll just switch it to the 4-camera grid view again, and then exit to get rid of that menu. So there you go. You could see there's no delay. My office is about 30 or 40 feet away from where that DVR is, and we're going through multiple walls. I have the door closed in my office right now, and there's a room separating the tech room where the DVR is located, and you can see it works quite well. I want to show you one last thing before we wrap up this video. When we were looking at the live display in my office, obviously filming a screen doesn't come out that good. You really can't get a feel for the high definition clarity that this system is providing. So what I did for one last demo is I actually connected the wireless HDMI system right here. And I'm running the output of the DVR actually through this HDMI Capture device so that I can record the video on my laptop. What this is going to do is you'll actually be able to see the 1080p video that's going through the wireless HDMI system. So I'm going to hit record on my laptop right now, and what we're doing is we're recording the HDMI output. Actually, that's the transmitter. This is the receiver. The receiver is going through this HDMI capture device so that it can be fed into my laptop, and the laptop is capturing the raw video from the HDMI wireless receiver. And so that's a full screen view of the full screen view of the 4-screen quad view. And I'm just going to click through each of these cameras. These are all 1080p cameras. They're all HD over coax, 1080p resolution, and you could see that the resolution over the HDMI wireless bridge is fantastic, if you ask me. I mean, look at that clarity, and there's no delay. It's really a beautiful picture. So I hope this video was useful, and I hope that you understand how easy it is to set up this wireless HDMI bridge. And although we sell a bunch of these systems for security camera DVRs, this system is not designed specifically for video surveillance systems. This could be used for DVRs, it could be used for gaming PCs, really any HDMI device up to 1080p resolution. It could transmit wirelessly to a live monitor. So not limited to video surveillance, although that's our primary market, but we do supply these to customers other than security customers. So thanks a lot for watching, and if you have any questions, you can email me at mike@cctvcamerapros.net. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can leave comments down below, and I usually get to those pretty quick. Thanks for watching.